Well, after U.S. President Barack Obama scolded Wall Street for the financial mess, many bankers who gave money to his campaign are now threatening to move their support all the way over to the right. Well, here to talk about this threat, Les Leopold, author of The Looting of America, How Wall Street's Game of Fantasy Finance Destroyed Our Jobs, Pensions, and Prosperity, and What We Can Do About It. Hi there, Les. So, it's no surprise that Wall Street gets behind certain candidates, certain political parties, but now experts are saying that they may have buyer's remorse because of this kind of rhetoric coming from the Obama administration, calling them fat cats and things like that. But experts also point out that bankers could now be turning on Obama and perhaps the Democratic Party because of it. So are they going to sort of get back at him by withholding their cash in this case?
Well, what I find so amazing is the phrase, their cash. Their cash, in fact, is taxpayer bailout money. Right now, this moment, there's something like $10 trillion still being pumped in to the financial sector. So without that taxpayer support, without that bailout, they'd have nothing. They wouldn't have any cash to interfere with politics.
That's right. I want you to elaborate on that point. You talked about the bailout. We talk a lot about rhetoric versus action. He can scold them in public, but where is the money really going in private? Has there been any legislation, anything concrete to really punish them?
Absolutely not. Nothing has happened yet, except for bad press. There have been no new regulations that prohibit any of the speculative activity that caused the crash in the first place. It's very unlikely to happen now that the political process has been stalemated. But what really needs to happen is we should have an accounting of where the money is going. They've turned it into $150 billion in profits, a record year, while there are more than 28 million people without jobs or stuck in part-time work. Now, we should have a detailed accounting of where the taxpayer money went. I have a feeling we'll find a lot of it in the bonus pool.
But still, for Barack Obama, these threats are very real because he still has 2012 coming up. So are some of these entities, some of these wealthy individuals now not going to support him financially, which in a campaign is the most important kind of support you can have, right?
Well, usually that's the case, but I think this time around, support from Wall Street could be the kiss of death. Actually, he'd be quite lucky if all of Wall Street supported the Republicans, because then he could draw a distinct line. Let's face it, Wall Street's not going to win a big popularity contest right now.
That's a really interesting point, but still, do you think that Republicans are going to start playing this political game? Are they now trying to sort of court Wall Street and point the fingers at Democrats, at least in private, saying, hey, the Democrats mistreated you, why don't you come support us? But in public, they might also decry some of the behavior on Wall Street as well.
Well, look, they can play the duplistic game, and of course they will. They're going to try to raise the money. But look, nobody is going to believe that Wall Street has been mistreated. I repeat, a record bonus year while more than 28 million Americans don't have work. Now, that's outrageous. And the clearer that can be made, the better for all of us. We're going to have to get to the bottom of this. Wall Street still won't admit that they're responsible for the crash. They think it's an act of God, that it just sort of happened. And, only in America can you have their interference in politics be so blatant and be allowed. It's outrageous.
You said we have to get to the bottom of this, but what institution can actually do that? What branch of government?
It's a very good question. Many branches could do it. A congressional investigation could do it. The Fed could do it. The Treasury could do it. The Independent Financial Investigation Commission could do it. All manners of people can do it, but they keep missing the target. They should trace the bailout money and show how it is. How is it possible for Wall Street to make record bonuses this year? I'd like to know the answer to that. It's a mystery.
Here's another question. If so many entities can do something about it, why haven't they?
I think they drank the Kool-Aid. I think fundamentally they believe that Wall Street is serving a noble purpose in our economy, and they don't want to get on the wrong side. You can hear it when they start talking about financial innovation. Actually, the guy that should do the investigation? Paul Volcker. He's the one person that hasn't drank the Kool-Aid. He's saying that Wall Street basically runs a casino and produces no value for the real economy. Now, that's a good place to start.
Leslie Appald, author of Looting of America, thanks for your analysis.